to Beyond the Bounce, presented by ZTE. I'm your host, Byron Bogar, and I'm here with a very special guest, new assistant coach of the Memphis Grizzlies, Nick the Quick Van Exel. Welcome to the show, Quick.
Thank you, sir.
Quick, kind of tell us why Memphis? What led you to Memphis and working under Coach David Fizdale?
Well, Fizz coached me when I was in Golden State in 2003, 2004. And the thing I liked about him the most is he was up front. Mm-hmm. You know, he didn't hold anything back, and he was real. And he was just a nice person, you know, on the court and off the court. And then, you know, when he called me and, you know, asked, you know, if I was free, mm-hmm. I said, yeah, I'm free. Yeah, I'm free. So I think it was just a good match. You know, I like his energy. I think he's been around some great coaches. He's obviously been around great players. And what he's going to bring to the table is going to be great. So hopefully I can just add something to it.
All right. What kind of style of play can we expect out of the Grizzlies next season?
Well, you know, from my talks with him early on is he's going to open it up a little bit more and let those guys get up and down the court. You know, he has a point guard. Well, you're trying to get a point guard back in Mike Conley, who, you know, he feels very strongly, who can push the ball, get them in some early baskets, and get them in transition. So, you know, that's what he's hoping to do, open it up a little bit more, pick up the pace.
All right, we've had you here at the Legends for 2 seasons, one as an assistant coach, one as a head coach. What experience will you take from the Texas Legends to your next journey in your coaching career?
Wow, that's a good question. You know, I learned a lot in these 2 years, especially from the standpoint of, you know, having that voice and having the players respect you, you know, not just as a former player, but as a coach. You know, that's very important. So I think for me it's just, you know, going into the Memphis situation and the respect factor, having that there, you know, hopefully I can get it with those guys as well. And that, to me, that's the most important thing. Once you get the respect, everything else is easy. You know, everything else is, you don't have to drag a guy into the gym to work him out to get him extra shots. He's going to want to do it because he respects you.
Would you say working in the D-League here with the Legends helps prepare you for that? Is it a different level of earning? Is it a different path to earning the respect of a D-League player compared to an NBA player?
I think, you know, with these kids today, if you're coaching in high school, if you're coaching in college, you know, D-League, wherever you're coaching, you know, the respect is huge. You know, you can play 1 million games in the NBA, but, you know, it's your approach and how you handle players. And you can't just come in saying, well, I did this and I did that. You got to do it like this, do it like that. No, it doesn't work like that because your time is over. So you have to treat these guys, I don't care what level it is, with the same amount of respect and show them that you're there for them, that you care for them. You're trying to help them get better. And it works out a lot easier that way. And
as someone who has worked the college level, you've worked the D-League level, and you've also worked in the NBA before your time with the Texas Legends. What would you say is the biggest hurdle or obstacle from a college kid going into the D-League, possibly going into D-League, and then that D-League player trying to make it into the NBA?
I think from college to D-League, it's kind of similar because of the ages. A lot of guys are around that same age, you know, from where you say 19 to 24, 25. They're around that same age. They're familiar with one another. And it's just about having that confidence. You know, when you get to from the D-League to the NBA, now it's, you know, you're a little timid because you may see LeBron across the court or Carmelo across the court. And it's those guys that aren't timid, aren't afraid, can make that jump a lot smoother. And I would say the biggest thing at each level is continue to work, continue to get better. I think a lot of players now, you know, they're good, but they don't put in that extra work. That extra work is going to get you over the top. That extra work is, you know, in the fourth quarter when times are tough and they need to get something done, they've already put in that work. So, you know, put that extra work in from college to the D-League to the NBA, and hopefully things will work out for you. Okay,
and along with your tenure here as a Legends head coach and assistant coach, I don't want to put you on the spot now, but was there a favorite player that you really enjoyed coaching, or a very coachable player that you really enjoyed working with?
You know, I liked all the players. You know, when you're a player and somebody asks you to coach that, you'd be like, man, I can't believe coach didn't say that. But you understand why. You know, I really enjoyed all the players. Tu Holloway, you know, I had a good bond with him because, you know, of course the Xavier Cincinnati thing, but you know, he was a kid who really, really wants to get to the NBA. And I think, you know, for him personally, just having the talks with him, the sit downs, he wants to do it, for his family. And to me that's special because he has a gift and he has a really good shot. I just hope he gets that opportunity that I think he deserves. He's a really good player. Patrick Miller came along towards the end of the season. We got a bond. Just talked to him the other day. He went to the
D-League
Elite Camp and did really well and said he has a couple opportunities for the summer. So hoping he does well. Spoke with Michael Eric. I talked to Brandon Ashley, all through text. So, all those guys to me, special place in my heart. And I told them, hey, my number's still the same. If you guys need anything, need help, need me to make a call, call me and I'll do it for you.
So you named off Tu Holloway, Brandon Ashley, Pat Miller, and Michael Eric. Are those some really strong guys that really have a strong chance of making it into hopefully either NBA Summer League and into a training camp and hopefully on somebody's roster this season?
I think they all do. I think they all have a shot, at least Summer League, going into an NBA camp, and Jamil Wilson as well. I sent him a text, but he when I text Jamil, I'm looking in the camera, I hope you're looking. When I text Jamil, he texted me back, said, "Who is this?"
Oh, so, Jamil, come on, Jamil.
So, he has a shot. He's very athletic, great size. So, all those guys have legit shots. I just hope they take advantage and they get into a situation where they have an opportunity. Because, if you go into a camp where they have 4 guaranteed contracts as a point guard, you're not going to make that team. So, hopefully they're smart enough to understand where they're going, and they get good shots.
Well, hopefully Jamil just dropped his phone in water. Maybe he didn't have the new ZTE Axon phone. I don't know what it is. But Jamil, man, it's Coach Quick hitting you up.
It's all good.
What's the most challenging thing you played in the NBA back in the 90s? As we all know, the game has changed. Is it challenging to adapt to the game, the differences of the game now compared to when you were a player as of now when you're a coach?
It's a lot different. It's a lot different. And for me as a coach, I see things that when I played, it wasn't a foul. Now it's a foul. I understand it's the rules. They want to speed the game up, get more points. I get it. So it's not really an adjustment, that I have to make because it's just basketball at the end of the day. So you just go out there and just play. You just throw the ball up and see what happens.
So no flopping in your day.
There's a lot of flopping. I played with Vlade Divac. I think Vlade was one of the originators of the flopping. So, it was flopping. So if people always want to talk about this era and that, it's not much difference. It's a little difference. It was probably more physical back then, but flopping was in back then.
So now we can't let you off the hook. We got the Cavs versus the Warriors. Who do you think's taking that series?
Cavs, Golden State. I like Cleveland, but the way Golden State is playing, they're still in rhythm. They didn't miss a beat from that Game 7 against OKC and Cleveland. Game 1, it looked like a Game 20 regular season game. You know what I'm saying?
Like it wasn't the finals.
I didn't understand it. Even from Golden State standpoint, both it just didn't look like the finals matchup that we were all expecting. But I think Game 2 and the rest of the way is going to be tough. So I'm picking Cleveland. I like LeBron's team healthy, but they got to defend. They got to defend those guys and make them tough. Make them tough shooters.
To your Legends fans out there that have enjoyed having you, you have anything to say to the Legends fans and one of the greatest owners in sports, in my opinion, Mr. Donnie Nelson?
Yeah, I want to say thank you to the Legends fans for having me for 2 years. It's been a blast. I didn't know what to expect when I first got here and worked under Coach Nahara, but I had a great time. I had a great time as a head coach. You guys have always supported the teams, through up and downs. Come and cheer, be loud, had fun at the games. I want to thank Donnie Nelson for giving me the opportunity to be a head coach. I can, mark that off as a head coaching experience now. Very grateful for that. Grateful for Dale Harris, putting in the call for me. Mike Finley, Spud Webb, all the guys that helped me, get this position. Nahara, I really appreciate you guys and the fans. I'll see you around. I live in Frisco, so I'm not going anywhere. So I thank you. You have my heart. Appreciate it.
All right, one last thing. How excited are you not to play with a big alligator behind one goal? A loud guy screaming into the mic every once in a while.
I think coaches would be able to focus a little bit better, but it's the atmosphere, of the D-League, and that's what it is, it's for the fans. You want the fans to come out, and whether the kids are watching the game or not, the parents are sitting down, they're enjoying the game, and that's what it's all about. So, it comes with the territory. You adjust, and you roll with it.
Well, Coach, I'd like to thank you. A very special thank you from the whole staff, the whole Texas Legends family. Me personally, it's been an honor to learn, pick your brain these last 2 years. You're very approachable, and that's what you don't really see out of every coach that comes through, not Legends or just anywhere. And it was really a pleasure working with you and picking your brain and learning basketball and beating you at dominoes on the Domino app. So thank you, Coach. Wish you nothing but the best going forward, and I hope to see you real soon and as a head coach in the NBA one day.
Appreciate it. Had a great time.
All right. Well, thank you for tuning in to this very special episode of Beyond the Bounce presented by ZTE. Until next time, we'll see you later.